Welcome to all of you. In previous videos we have seen how to formulate the problems. Also we have seen some of the toy problems as well as the real world problems. Now in this video we are going to see how the solutions are searched. Or how the solutions are found. So searching for solutions. A solution is an action sequence. So, search algorithms work by considering various possible action sequences. The possible action sequences starts at the initial state and form a search tree with the initial state at the root. The branches are actions and the nodes corresponds to states in the state space of the problem. So here is the figure showing partial search trees for finding a route from Arad to Bucharest. Nodes that have been extended are shaded. Nodes that have been generated but not yet expanded are outlined in bold. Nodes that have not yet been generated are shown in faint dashed lines. So here is the search tree provided. So the example we have seen in earlier videos, where the agent travels from Arad to Bucharest. That problem here only is explained with the help of partial search tree. So here figure shows the first few steps in growing the search tree for finding a route from Arad to Bucharest. The root node of the tree corresponds to the initial state. So what is the initial state here? It is in Arad. The first step is to test whether this is the goal state or not. Then there is a need to consider taking various actions. One can do this by expanding the current state. That is, applying each legal action to the current state, thereby generating a new set of states. In this case, one can add 3 branches from the parent node in Arad, leading to the 3 new child nodes. It is in Sibiu, in Timisoara and in Zernit. Now, one must choose which of these 3 possibilities to consider further. This is the essence of search. Following up one option now and putting the other aside for latter. In case the first choice does not lead to the solution, then we have to consider the other. Suppose we choose here Sibiu first. We check to see whether it is a goal state or not, and then expand it is to get in Arad, in Fagaras, in Oradea and in Riminicu Vilisia. We can then choose any of these 4 or go back to choose Timisoara or Zernit. So we have to choose any one of these 4. In Arad, in Fagaras or in Oradea and in Riminicu Vilisia. So instead of this, if you want any other city, then we have to choose the Timisoara or Zernit instead of the Sibiu. Then each of these 6 nodes is a leaf node. That is the node with no children in the tree. If the node has no any children, then it is known as the leaf node. The set of all leaf nodes available for expansion at any given point is called as the frontier. In figure, the frontier of each tree consists of those nodes with bold outlines. So here the informal description of the general tree search and graph search algorithm is provided. The parts of graph search marked in bold italic are the actions need to handle repeated states. Okay, so here the function tree search is provided as well as the function graph search is also provided. Okay, so here the bold statements or bold italic part is provided for the actions needed to handle repeated state, that is initialize the explored state or to be empty, okay, and so on. So this is nothing but the graph search and tree search functions provided here. The process of extending nodes on the frontier continues until either a solution is found or there are no more states to expand. The general tree search algorithm is shown informally in the previous figure. Search algorithms all share this basic structure. They vary primarily according to how they choose which state to extend next, which is also known as the search strategy. The search tree includes the path from Arad to CBU and back to Arad again. We say that in Arad is a repeated state in the search tree, generated in this case by a loopy path. Considering such loopy paths means that the complete search tree for Romania is infinite because there is no limit to how often one can traverse a loop. Loops can cause certain algorithms to fail, making otherwise solvable problems unsolvable. Fortunately, there is no need to consider loopy paths. So we can rely on more than intuition for this, because path costs are additive and step costs are non-negative. A loopy path to any given state is never better than the same path with the loop removed. Loopy paths are a special case of the more general concept of redundant paths, which exist whenever there is more than one way to get from one state to another. Now consider the paths Arad to CBU, which is 140 km long, and Arad to Zernit to Oradea to CBU, which is 297 km long. Obviously, the second path is redundant. It's just a worst way to get to the same state. Okay, so we will consider the first path obviously because it has or it reduces our distance. If you are concerned about reaching the goal, there's never any reason to keep more than one path to any given state, because any goal state that is reachable by extending one path is also reachable by extending the other path. In some cases, it is possible to define the problem itself so as to eliminate redundant paths. For example, if you formulate the 8 queens problem, which we have discussed in the previous video in case of toy problems, so that a queen can be placed in any column, then each state with n queens can be reached by n factorial different paths. But if we reformulate the problem so that each new queen is placed in the leftmost empty column, then each state can be reached only through one path. In other cases, redundant paths are unavoidable. This includes all problems where the actions are reversible, such as route finding problems and sliding block puzzles. Route finding on a rectangular grid is a particularly important example in computer games. In such a grid, each state has 4 successors. So, a search tree of depth d that includes repeated states has 4 raised to d leaves. But there are only about 2 into d raised to 2 distinct states within d steps of any given state. For example, here for d is equivalent to 20, this means about a trillion nodes but only about 800 distinct states. Thus, following redundant paths can cause a tractable problem to become intractable. This is true even for algorithms that know how to avoid infinite loops. The way to avoid exploring redundant paths is to remember where one has been. Okay, to do this, we augment the tree search algorithm with a data structure called the explored set, which is also known as the closed list, which remember every extended node. Newly generated nodes that match previously generated nodes once in the explored set or the frontier can be discarded instead of being added to the frontier. Okay, so if newly generated node is matched with the previously generated node, then what we are going to do here, we are going to discard it instead of being added to the frontier here. The new algorithm called graph search is shown informally in the previous figure. The specific algorithms in this chapter draw on this general design. So clearly the search tree constructed by the graph search algorithm contains at most one copy of each state. So we can think of it as growing a tree directly on the state space graph, which is as shown in the figure. So here is the state space graph shown, a sequence of search trees generated by a graph search on the Romania problem, which we have discussed earlier. At each stage, each path is extended by one step. Notice here that at the third stage, the northernmost city, that is Oradea, has become a dead end. Both of its successors are already explored via other paths. The algorithm has another nice property, that is the frontier separates the state space graph into the explored region and the unexplored region, so that every path from the initial state to an unexplored state has to pass through a state in the frontier. This property is illustrated in the figure here. As every step moves a state from the frontier into the explored region while moving some states from the unexplored region into the frontier, we see that the algorithm is systematically examining the states in the state space one by one until it finds a solution. So here we can see the separation property of graph search illustrated on a rectangular grid problem. The frontier, which is denoted by white nodes, always separates the explored region of the state space, which are denoted by black nodes. Okay, so frontiers are denoted here by white nodes and the state space are region of the state space are denoted by the black nodes here. Okay, so from the unexplored region, gray nodes. Okay, so gray nodes are nothing but the unexplored region. In the figure A, just a root has been expanded. In figure B, one leaf node has been expanded, and in figure C, the remaining successors of the root have been expanded in. Now, what is the infrastructure for the search algorithms? Search algorithms require a data structure to keep track of search tree that is being constructed. For each node n of the tree, we have a structure that contains 4 components. N dot state, the state in the state space to which the node corresponds. N dot parent, the node in the search tree that generated this node. N dot action, the action that was applied to the parent to generate the node. N dot path cost, the cost traditionally denoted by g of n of the path from the initial state to the node as indicated by the parent pointers. Now, given the components of the parent node, it is easy to see how to compute the necessary components for the child node. The function child node takes a parent node and an action and returns the resulting child node. So here the function child node is provided, which returns the node, which is a child node. The state is provided here, the parent node is provided, and the path cost is also provided. The node data structure is depicted in this figure. Nodes are the data structure from which the search tree is constructed. Each has a parent, a state, a various bookkeeping fields. Arrows points from child to parent. So here these are the child and these are nothing but the parents. So from child to parent, these are arrows are indicated. So action here is the right, path cost here is the 6 provided. Notice how the parent pointers string the nodes together into a tree structure. These pointers also allow the solution path to be extracted when a goal node is found. We use the solution function to return the sequence of actions obtained by following parent pointers back to the root. Up to now, we have not been very careful to distinguish between nodes and states. But in writing detailed algorithms, it's important to make that distinction. A node is a bookkeeping data structure used to represent the search tree. A state corresponds to a configuration of the world. Thus, nodes are on particular paths as defined by parent pointers, whereas states are not. Furthermore, two different nodes can contain the same world state if that state is generated via two different search paths. Now that we have nodes, we need somewhere to put them. The frontier needs to be stored in such a way that the search algorithm can easily choose the next node to expand according to its preferred strategy. The appropriate data structure for this is a queue. The operations on a queue are as follows. Empty returns true only if there are no more elements in the queue. If the queue pops, then removes the first element of the queue and returns it. Insert element, queue. Inserts an element and returns the resulting queue. Queues are characterized by the order in which they store the inserted nodes. Three common variants are first in, first out or FIFO queue, which pops the oldest element of the queue. The last in, first out or LIFO queue, also known as a stack, which pops the newest element of the queue, and the priority queue, which pops the element of the queue with the highest priority according to some ordering functions. The explored set can be implemented with a hash table to allow efficient checking for repeated states. With a good implementation, insertion and lookup can be done in roughly constant time no matter how many states are stored. One must take care to implement the hash table with the right notion of equality between states. For example, in the traveling salesperson problem, the hash table needs to know that the set of visited cities is Bucharest, Arzeșani, Vaslui is the same as Arzeșani, Vaslui, Bucharest. Sometimes this can be achieved most easily by insisting that the data structures for states be in some canonical form, that is, logically equivalent states should map to the same data structure. In the case of states described by sets, for example, a bit vector representation or a sorted list without repetition would be canonical, whereas unsorted list would not. Thank you.